Well, that Sunderland have got a ground fit to grace the Premiership, there can be no doubt. This really is one of the most imposing venues in the Nationwide League, if not the most imposing. But do they have a team fit to grace English football's highest stage? Well, for tonight's team, Jody Craddock's recovery from a hamstring injury and Alex Ray's availability after suspension posed a selection dilemma for Peter Reid, but the performance in the win over Tranmere means that Nicky Summerby, who scored in that game, and Chris Makin retain their places in an unchanged side. Craddock and Ray are on the bench, along with Danny Dicchio, who, if he gets the chance, will be looking for his first Sunderland goal against his former club.
Yeah, strong-looking Sunderland side here this evening in a cold, windy northeast. Perez in goal, Makin, Holloway, Williams and Gray. Watch for Gray bombing forward as much as possible. Sunderland down the left-hand side, very strong in my view. Johnson just in front of him, 11 goals so far, superb from the left winger, predominantly right-footed, loves to come inside, get his strikes in. Clark and Ball in the midfield, watch for Ball, battling away with Vinnie Jones in the centre of the park. And Summerby down the right-hand side, tremendous width. Peter Reid has gone for tonight on both flanks. Johnson left, Summerby right. Up front, Quinn the target man, with prolific goal scorer Phillips alongside.
Just one change to the Queen's Park Rangers side that drew with Wolves in their last match. Steve Morrow is left on the bench and George Coulsar, whose early career at Loftus Road has been affected by injuries, makes his return. The recent additions to the side, Vinnie Jones, Neil Ruddock, Tony Scully and Ian Barraclough, who was signed from Notts County, have yet to feature in a winning Rangers team.
The Rangers, 1 point will be good enough tonight for them. Harper in goal. Back four of Bardsley, Reddy, Ruddock and Barraclough. I think Barraclough and Bardsley are going to be very, very busy indeed tonight. Razor Ruddock alongside the big blonde, centre-half Carl Reddy. And maybe watch for Coulsar. Coulsar, I think, will just sit in this space here, trying to protect his two centre-halves. Vinnie Jones alongside him, it's his type of pitch, wet, skiddy, will be getting his foot in. Look for him, trying to nail Lee Clark early on. Quasi, good left foot on the left-hand side, Scully right. Up front, Kevin Gallen, lovely to see him back, alongside Mike Sherrin.
Well, they're great exponents of theatre here at Sunderland. The football is the main event, of course, but they're well practiced in the arts of building up the atmosphere. And as the teams gather in the tunnel, the strains of Prokofiev are already being heard around the stadium that will build up to a great crescendo as the sides actually come out onto the pitch, where they'll be greeted by biting winds and a torrential downpour. Carl Reddy will lead out Queen's Park Rangers, who, let's not forget it, have a real battle of their own. While Sunderland are battling at the top end of the table, they've sent for Vinnie Jones and Neil Ruddock as the gritty battlers to assist their strange and unexpected fight against relegation. This from a team that was expected to be battling at the top end of the table earlier in the campaign. Kevin Ball, who has a great appetite for these battles and will be particularly looking forward to his contest with Vinnie Jones.
And here they come. Rob, was this Prokofiev? I didn't know you were a classic FM listener in the car.
Well, they're great culture vultures here. And here they come as the music builds to a resounding climax.
This is a bit of Marcus Butland music, this is.
A great sound reverberates. Vinnie Jones and his Queen's Park Rangers team can be expected to dig in. A crucial battle ahead for them. Sunderland against QPR after the break.
I felt like this.
Here we go then, a crucial game for Sunderland, very near the top of the First Division, and Queen's Park Rangers all too near the bottom of it. It's back to our commentators and musical aficionados, Anna Brazil and Rob Hawthorne.
Well, Kevin Phillips is a goal-scoring aficionado this season. He scored in his last 4 successive matches, and of 12 Sunderland wins here, he's scored in 11 of them. Can he carry that on tonight against a defence that will be marshalled by Neil Ruddock, who started this season playing for Liverpool in a 1-1 draw with Wimbledon, up against Vinnie Jones, but tonight they are partners, having drawn both their previous games in Rangers colours. And on a night when the wind is biting and the rain will be blowing hard into their faces for this first half at least, Queen's Park Rangers will get the game underway. The last thing that they will want is to concede a goal early on. They'll be hoping to frustrate this massive crowd. And Ruddock tries to put the Sunderland defence under early pressure, but Gray is there to meet it. Gray already under pressure, forced to concede a throw.
I think it's a real swirling wind out there, Rob. You know, I don't think it's favouring anyone just at the moment. You look at this QPR side, the added attraction of Jones, hardness in midfield, Ruddock at the back, long throw from Jones. Who knows, there could be a shock in the cards.
Jones has delivered this throw to Kwasi, who's found David Bardsley stretching. And Reddy comes in there, battling hard with Sunderland here, possibly on for a break. Well, Phillips wanted the early ball played.
Clark was unlucky. He realised Phillips was all alone busting through the middle. Tried desperately hard to give him it as early as possible and couldn't get the ball out his feet. But what a threat this Phillips is.
28 goals in total Kevin Phillips has scored this season. And bearing in mind that the lashing the pitch has taken, it's bearing up considerably well. Alan Johnston. This is Barraclough. Jones. This is Barraclough. Scully. Left by Kwasi. Snapshot from Mike Sheeran. Sheeran, who's gone 5 games without a goal since the 2 he scored in that 5-0 victory over Middlesbrough, which is the one high spot of Rangers' recent run. It's the only victory they've enjoyed in their last 11 matches. And that has seen them looking anxiously over their shoulders at the teams in the bottom 3. Here's Lee Clark. Challengers by Barraclough. This is Scully. Inslides making, and the goal kick is given.
Scully's shown a good bit of pace there, Rob. Maybe a little bit unlucky with the decision, but I think tonight is a game for wingers. Lovely greasy surface, get the ball wide, use the width, because in that midfield it's very congested. Kwasi there, along with Vinnie Jones, battling against Clark and Ball.
Well, the Sunderland wide men, Alan Johnston, the right-footed player who plays on the left, and Nicky Summerby, who had a little spell out of the team before Alex Ray was suspended.
Yeah, Mike Sheeran with a challenge there. It'll be interesting to see Mike Sheeran tonight. A very unhappy season, I believe, for this guy when he's on his game. Tremendous player, very quick, good control, great eye for goal. Maybe tonight's his night.
Queen's Park Rangers have had such a poor away record this season that you wouldn't necessarily fancy them in this encounter tonight. They've massed their ranks, they're trying to prove difficult to break down to a rampant Sunderland team who you'd like to say were feeling the heat from Charlton after their victory earlier today, but heat doesn't necessarily go in the right sentence here tonight.
Mind you, superb from Charlton, keeping the pressure up. What a run they've had.
It's a throw-in to Queen's Park Rangers, and Ian Barraclough, who swapped the 3rd Division Championship with Notts County for the relegation dogfight in the 1st Division, is to take it.
Jason Allen, can you hear me okay through this lit mic?
Here is Quasi. Back to Lionel Perez, who's making his 70th consecutive league appearance for Sunderland tonight. He's been an ever-present in the team ever since he came in for Tony Coton last October. Ruddock. Somerville. That's Ball, looking for Quinn. And Ruddock trying to help it back. And just getting enough on it. Five minutes gone, no score. Just 2 defeats in 21 games here for Sunderland this season. Queen's Park Rangers trying to make further indentation into that impressive record. But here goes Somerville. Gray. Clark has pushed forward, Reddy had to get there. This is Phillips. Good early pressure this though from Sunderland. Johnston. Phillips was trying to steal in, and not yet! Goalkeepers have got to be careful on this sort of surface.
Well, it's not just the surface, Rob, is it? It's the wind is swirling all over the place there. And Harper, who looks to have this comfortably, just takes his eye off at the last minute. Spills it, and that could have been costly. Ball wide, balls in the box are going to cause defence's nightmare tonight. Very unpredictable wind.
The last played, want to give an opportunity like that to, in this season of all seasons, is Kevin Phillips. Good digging in from Clark. Aiming it for Quinn, and the outstretched boot of Reddy just got there.
Yeah, it's a hungry looking Sunderland tonight, roared on by this magnificent crowd.
They've seen their big rivals Middlesbrough stumbling with those recent results at West Bromwich Albion and at Sheffield United. And Sunderland really have the bit between their teeth now. This is Scully. Shearer has pulled away to the far side. It's cleared in the end by Gray.
QPR just telling Sunderland, yeah, we're not here just to make the numbers up. We can attack with pace as well, especially down the left-hand side with Scully.
Cleared by Holloway. Ruddock. Clark. Phillips. Fouled by Ruddock.
Yeah, I don't think there was any malice in that, Rob. Ruddock, you know, Phillips just got across him there.
Here's Somerville. By Ruddock. Setting up on another serve, looking for Phillips. Bardsley having to be very careful and judge it just right. Barzi. This is Barraclough. Tony Scully, who's at his 3rd club of this season after spells with Manchester City and on loan at Stoke. Played on both sides since he joined Queen's Park Rangers. Here's Gallant, Sheeran to his right, but he's gone for the target.
Well, Kevin Gallant can certainly hit them, Rob. There's no doubt about it, and Sunderland can't afford to back off him in situations like that. Williams and Holloway were quite content and suddenly realised the danger, but Gallant packs a powerful punch.
This is Gray. Well, he's looking to make a name for himself there, Michael Gray.
I think they got a lovely balance up the left-hand side. Michael Gray, who himself played wing-back for a lot of his career, loves to bomb forward as often as possible. Johnson just in front of him. You know, he can go outside or inside, comes inside in his favoured right foot. Nice balance down the left. Rangers have to be very careful there.
They've had a plentiful goal-scoring supply from Quinn and Phillips of Sunderland, but it's been due in no small measure to the service that's been provided by the likes of Johnston and Gray, who many feel is wasted as a defender.
Well, I think if Sunderland get to the Premiership, and there's no reason with a good result tonight to help them on the way, I think Peter Reid will be pleased with that switch back. Gray playing in a deeper role. Still very exciting and full flow when he's going forward.
Kevin Ball. Holloway. Clark. This is Macon. Quinn battling to get there against Reddy. This is Gallen. Throw into Queen's Park Rangers. They've won just 2 games since the turn of the year, both of them at home against Crewe and Middlesbrough. Crewe is one of only 2 grounds, away grounds, where they've won league fixtures so far this season. Johnston.
Once again, the wind playing a big part now. Quinn couldn't quite judge it. Skipped off the greasy surface. Out for a throw-in. It really is a dreadful night for football. You wouldn't think it though, Rob, with the noise around here.
Well, it's enough of an assault course anyway to run into the season without hazardous conditions like this. Pressure being very firmly applied there to Holloway by Gallen. Gray joining in the tussle too, and Queen's Park Rangers winning the throw-in.
Gallen with a nasty nick just to the side of his left eye. Maybe a little elbow. But nice to see Kevin Gallen back.
Nice to see this man back too. David Bardsley missed virtually all of, in fact did miss all of last season.
So one of these games that Sunderland just have to be a little bit careful. You look on paper, Rangers away record desperate. Terrible, but you look through the side and there is quality there. Sunderland can't take them for granted. The thing is, Rob, Sunderland only know, I think, one way how to play, home or away. They love to get it wide in the attacking numbers.
Clark, Phillips offside. It's a venturous away formation has served them well. They've got the best away record in the division of Sunderland. Shearer. Pulsar putting the pressure on Clark. There's Gray with the throw. Phillips. Looking for a run, and Macon has made it down the inside right channel.
Surely he should have got it as well, Rob. Great run from Macon. The crowd were willing Nicky Summerby just to play it in the space.
Hitting it against him, and Harper coming to Rangers' rescue.
Yeah, Nicky Summerby just had to ease it into space for me there. As Chris Macon had made 50-60 yards there. I tell you what, when you make runs like that, Rob, you don't get it. You don't make too many more.
Jones, we said what an interesting contest that would be tonight. Ball winning that particular duel, and Clark making good progress. Looking for Summerby, but too much of it shown to Barraclough. Given away by Summerby.
Nicky Summerby back inside. Did well last week. Just started the game off a little bit. Lack of confidence. He needs a couple of telling crosses, because when he gets half a yard, he can swing them over beautifully, especially for big now Quinn.
Foul by Macon. Summerby, though, under pressure tonight to retain his place in the team, with Ray available again after that suspension for his sending off in the match against Charlton that we saw live on Sky. Sending off against which they appealed, but the referee stuck to his original verdict. Ruddock taking the free kick, having seemingly engaged in a bit of banter with the crowd, and Ruddock's kick has led to the corner.
Ruddock's got a great left foot on him. Also a threat at corners. Just making his way into the box, the far post. With Vinnie Jones there too. Good presence in the air from Queen's Park Rangers.
An awkward night to defend against corners. Scully's kick though comes back out. Good defending by Barraclough. Somerby in on Scully. This is Reddy. Scully again.
Kevin Ball is absolutely disgusted with that decision there, but for me it was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. We're both in a little tug.
Scully. Reddy has stayed in the attack as Scully misses his kick, and here comes Phillips battling away with Kwasi. Gray. Johnston. Gray takes over again. Phillips. Clark has slipped into a good position. This is Quinn. Oh, so close from ball. Tipped away by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, great, lovely interpassing. Slick as you like. And Lee Harper, I think he sees this very late, gets down his left-hand side. But beautiful first-time stuff. Bends it round the defender, and that's a smashing save. Harper does tremendously well. Great play from Ball, bends it round the defender. Great stop.
In goes Somerby's corner. And there are appeals for handball. And it's played back in, and again another magnificent save. Quinn's shot surely deflected, and Harper still diverted it over.
Yeah, screams for a penalty, and then it fell back to Bignell. Quinn tried to direct it to the top corner, and as you say, Rob, we'll see in a minute, that was deflected. Another top save.
All the action is inside the Queen's Park Rangers penalty area. Somerby this time whips it in.
Quinn had a chance there. I think he just took his eye off the ball at the last moment there now, Quinn. Vinnie Jones was close to him, but was it a penalty earlier? Sunderland arms go up, but the referee was the wrong side. Look at the referee there. There's a strike, it definitely hits an arm, but the referee was the far side. Mike Sheeran, half kicks, and Quinn was unlucky at the second attempt.
Brian Coddington, the match referee, not well placed to see if those protests for a handball were justified.
It's difficult, Rob, isn't it, when it's 5-6 yards away and it suddenly thumps into someone's hand. Sheeran, yes, it did make contact, but what could he have done from 5 yards? The rain driving down again around the stadium of light. Sunderland turning the heat up.
Queen's Park Rangers, the 21st visitors to the Stadium of Light, has not been the best start for them. An inhospitable evening with the rain lashing down and the wind from rear side really whipping into their faces. And so far, all the action has been in front of their goalkeeper's face. Lee Harper producing 2 excellent saves, one to deny ball and the other to deny that deflected effort from Niall Quinn. Great goalkeeping from Harper.
Especially on a cold night like this, you know, he's standing up there, the wind's blowing right into him. And I thought that was 2 absolute top saves.
Clark. Phillips, the furthest Sunderland player forward. Lee Harper didn't have the most auspicious of starts when he almost dropped one to Kevin Phillips, but since then he really has been producing the goods.
Yeah, just hit Quinn here. Sheeran goes to close down, it definitely deflects, it's heading to the top corner and turned over beautifully.
Lee Harper wasn't picked in Ray Harford's first 6 matches in charge. He was dropped after the 3-0 defeat against Middlesbrough that marked the end of Stuart Houston's reign, but made his comeback against the same opponents when Rangers were knocked out of the cup final.
Sunderland in midfield are swarming all over Rangers now. Great movement.
Scully.
I think they also, Sunderland, are very aware of the threat that this little fella Scully, can carry, because he's so tricky with the ball at his feet. But Macon and Summerby getting back there, doubling up on him. Summerby having to defend a little bit at the moment, just back there helping Chris Macon. I'm sure Peter Reid would like to see him swinging them crosses in up the other end.
Ardsley. Clark. Now Johnston's gone on a burst, covered now by Ruddock.
Definitely an exciting side to watch, aren't they? Especially at home, Sunderland. They get so many great runs from midfield, bursting forward. This time Johnston. I think, Rob, the incentive, 7 points clear of Borough, a good win tonight. I think there'll be a few celebrations in the town tonight if that happens.
There goes Phillips.
I don't think there'll be too many. We're talking about Premiership maybe next season. I think there's too many Premiership grounds are noisier than this.
Quasi. Scully. Back comes Summerby again. Barraclough.
Oh, you can see the wind take the ball there.
Sheeran did well to gallantly keep that one in for David Bardsley, for whom room was suddenly opened up. Ball went across to plug it, but this is Sheeran again. His persistence in the first place won the possession for Rangers.
Good play from Johnson there. I think that's where the balance, Johnson and we said earlier, Gray, they do work hard together, and Johnson's got pace as well. Gray, we know, is lightning fast. Maybe not the best defender, but his pace gets him out of trouble so many times.
Quinn. Gallen. Sheeran. And back by Macon. Halfway point in the first half, and for all the good football they played and the pressure they built up, Sunderland still haven't managed to break through, and that in itself will give Ray Harford some confidence. He knew the last thing his side needed was to concede a goal in the opening quarter.
Rangers started the first few minutes okay, but the red and white jersey surging forward at every possibility now, every possible chance. The Rangers are digging in.
Fans vastly outnumbered here tonight, but for those who made their way through the flash floods and bad weather conditions,
yeah, you have to compliment them. That's what it means staying in Division 1. Desperate for a result tonight. So tight down there at the bottom.
Good layoff from Phillips, and it's Gray on the charge. Summerby's gone into the box. The block,
unlucky from Gray. So again, down the left-hand side, tremendous pace, pushing forward, and Summerby does well here, out on the right-hand side, suddenly realises he's the closest player to Gray, tries to make his run into the box, now trying to get across to the defender. Good defending, Razor Ruddock.
His experience has been demonstrated amply already tonight. There he is again, Ruddock, ball trying to get underneath it, Quasi just getting in the way. Gray. Intelligent ball from him through to Quinn. Not cleared convincingly. Shot from Clark deflected back.
The problem there, Rob, when Quinn done his magic, people like Clark, they were all on the edge of the box. No one had made the burst into the box, but good skills from the big fella.
doing well to resist against a Sunderland side, second only to Charlton in their goal scoring. A reminder of the action coming up for you here on Sky. Just 8 days to go until Prince Nassim Hamed makes his next world title defence, one of 3 World Championship fights on a special Sky box office promotion on Saturday week. And for further information, that's the number to call, 0990 800 888. That's 0990 800 888. And football action on Easter Monday at 12 o'clock. It's a 12:05 kick-off, that match. Nottingham Forest against Wolves on Sky Sports 2.
Sure, Rod, the Forest boys will be watching this one tonight. So far, so good for them. No breakthrough yet for Peter Reid's side.
Sunderland here looking to go within a point of Forest, who've got a crucial game themselves tomorrow in West Yorkshire at Bradford. Here goes Sheeran. Quasi up ahead of him. This is Scully. Quasi stayed in the box. Sheeran's in there too now if Scully can work his magic.
Good play again from Macon. Scully had 3 or 4 blue and white jerseys in there. Just needs half a yard to try and clip it in. But Macon again doing a good job. This is perhaps where I think Rangers have got a threat. Carl Reddy heading for the goal post. Near post, Jones is far post, Ruddock's in there. They need a good delivery.
Pressure then on Macon to get that one away, and they've succeeded in doing so. Gray has made some useful surges. Pulsar there have made a useful intervention. This is Somerby though. Clark. Quinn and Phillips up ahead. Intelligently looking to his left to Gray. Not the ball that Alan Johnston would have wanted.
Not in conditions like this, it's got to be almost a feat. I think Sunderland before the game watered the pitch heavily as well, Rob. They do like a nice slick surface here.
Sunderland really riding on the crest of a wave at the moment. Wins in their last 3 matches.
Crazy, he had a beautiful run there from Scully. Just had to slip it in and use his pace.
They're looking for Gallen here, and he's found him! Well, that was a great chance. Barraclough suddenly looked up and saw Gallen, who couldn't direct his header on target.
Darren Williams got caught there. Gallen had spun to the far post, but what a ball from Barraclough. And really Kevin Gallen from 6-7 yards, so a little bit further to be fair to him. Should have hit the target at least. Williams just caught on his heels. So it shows you the threat of Rangers. Quick break again. Gallen very quick to spin away. And the service, the delivery was perfect.
Rangers' best moment of the match so far, and Sunderland's most worrying. Here's Somerby. Aiming for Johnston, and he's picked him out magnificently. Clark just behind. He's taking on Bardsley though. And the goalkeeper spilt it, and Quinn is in there. And Sunderland take the lead. Harper lost the greasy ball, and Quinn said thank you with his 12th of the season.
Well, now Quinn couldn't believe his luck. I have to say, what a great ball from Somerby. Johnson's touch is not the best. You think the chance is lost here. Squares up David Bardsley, gets it on the left foot. Harper just spills it. Great reactions from Niall Quinn, and the ball hits the back of the net. Harper took his eye off it at the last moment. Great reactions from Quinn, and Sunderland 1-0 up. What a shame for the goalkeeper. 2 great saves earlier on. That goes down as a mistake.
Niall Quinn, who scored near the end of the meeting at Loftus Road to settle it 1-0 earlier in the season, put Sunderland 1-0 up here, and having made that breakthrough, here they go again, looking to put Clark through this time. But it's the experienced Bardsley who's there, but now he's given it away. This is Somerby!
Wow, Somerby will be very disappointed with that strike. But what a ball for the goal. Niall Quinn reacting tremendously well, just when I thought Russell had done too much. The goalkeeper seems to have it covered, just spills it, but look at Quinn's reaction in front of Ruddock and prods at home. What a break for Peter Reid's men.
Well, Quinn's banged in quite a few goals against Queen's Park Rangers down the years, 5 in his days at Manchester City, 1 in his former life at Arsenal, and now his 2nd this season against them for Sunderland, having settled a meeting at Loftus Road in December. And here's Johnston, who set it up for him with a cross. Clark. Quinn is again calling for it, and he's pulled away from Barraclough, but it's just too long for him.
Well, now Quinn couldn't believe his luck, could he? But saying that, he wasn't on his heels, he reacted the quickest, stuck out the right leg and just prodded it past goalkeeper. So Lee Harper, I have to feel for him. 2 tremendous saves earlier on, the QPR keeper, and just took his eyes off it at the vital second.
Well, one of those vital saves was a deflected effort from Niall Quinn, and he did well too to keep out an effort from Kevin Ball, but he'd had early warning of the conditions when he almost let one go to Kevin Phillips. Phillips didn't take advantage, but on this occasion Quinn did, and the despairing looks of Ruddock in the wake of that goal really told it all. Quasi. Sunderland rampant at the moment with Clark. Johnston tearing away to his left. It's Alan Johnston, and that one's cleared by Ruddock, and then by Bardsley. It's still chaos in the area though. Somerville looks to bring it under control. Kevin Ball, and given away by him as another move of great promise for Sunderland breaks down. Only temporarily though. Clark. Phillips gives Reddy the slip, surely held back at the edge of the area, and Reddy in big trouble here as Brian Coddington, the referee, calls him towards him.
Well, I tell you what, Rob, I'm not sure he was the last man. This could be harsh. If this is a red card, this could be harsh. We'll see it in a moment. I feel for Carl Reddy here. He's now thinking, I'm having an early shower. It was great play from Phillips, great awareness, lovely touch. Was Carl Reddy the last man?
Well, the referee judges not, it's yellow.
Well, Rangers fans breathe a sign of relief. I think he was in line with his 2 full-backs. Great play from Phillips, certainly dragged back. Watch the arm go out there. He's not the last man. Ruddock's half a yard back.
Well,
good decision.
If they want a left footer from the free kick, it's Gray. If they go for the right foot, it's Alan Johnston. Whatever, Queen's Park Rangers defence under real pressure after the giveaway of this free kick from Carl Reddy for hauling back Phillips. And it's Johnston, and it's squandered.
No, it's really difficult. The wind swirling all over. Maybe it's best someone has a blast. But Carl Reddy, for 1 minute I thought, oh, he's going for an early shower. But the trickery of Phillips was superb. Showed a little turn of pace as well, Kevin Phillips. Reddy had to tug back at him. He really is a handful, this kid. 28 goals, what a season.
Well, it may not be a red card for Carl Reddy, but as you will have seen, a 5th yellow means that he will miss a match in the Queen's Park Rangers run-in. And if the battle for relegation becomes increasingly desperate, then that could be a crucial absence. Ray Harford estimates that they need at least another couple of wins to make sure of their status in the First Division.
2 home games, Oxford and Bury. Well, they're fighting for their lives too, so it won't be easy.
Here's Ruddock. Scully was away through the middle. Defending was by Holloway. This is Quasi to Gallant. Sheeran. Scully's in the box, it's long. And he's done well, Scully. But then he was...
Good little strap between them two, isn't it? Macon sticking to his task, Scully up, clambering all over him. QPR, when they go forward, Rob, they're quick to get up and support the front players. They're not sitting back trying to get behind the ball. When they break, they get bodies forward quickly. But that vital breakthrough from Niall Quinn. Packed house here. Stadium of Light. What a beautiful stadium, look at that.
Well, had Gallen scored with his earlier effort, you wonder just what sort of an effect that would have had on the course of the game. But when he was unable to trouble Perez, and Sunderland later scored through Niall Quinn, that may well be the whole story. Certainly Sunderland fans hope so.
Another 10 minutes to go, we're saying, come on boys, let's stick another one in the bag. 2-0, are going happy at half-time.
Clark. Ruddock immediately coming under pressure from Alan Johnson, who's battled so hard for Sunderland already. Some of it. Clark. Here's Williams. Make it. Holloway under pressure. A moment ago, everyone except Perez was inside the Queen's Park Rangers half, but now they're breaking with Scully. Challenge, the foot may have been high, but a good advantage played. This is Clark, and away goes Phillips. Well, the goalkeeper left him a gap to aim at, but he hits the side netting.
I tell you what, Rob, I thought the keeper got a touch on it. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me, but there was no Sunderland claims for a corner. But Phillips, the confidence in this to hit it first time, threaded through. It's an acute angle, blasts away in the side netting. Harper, I think, had it covered anyway, but just takes it on the run. Good strike. Going for that little gap that Harper left him.
While that move was building up, Queen's Park Rangers were already concerned about an injury to Nigel Quasi. Appears there might have been a clash with the Sunderland captain, Kevin Ball.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Rob. Quasi played a delightful ball out to Scully. That's why Ray Hartford's having a go at the linesman. There was definitely a late challenge in there. Kevin Ball, we know what he's like, he puts his foot in every time. But Quasi was just sweeping it out left to Scully when he was caught, and this looks a nasty one.
Nigel Quasi, who's now a regular part of the England under-21 squad and played in the last match against Switzerland.
Ray Hartford's very angry down there, shouting instructions, hoping Quasi can run it off. Give him 5 minutes, let's see if he can run it off just before half-time. It's horrible when you get a knock like that in the ankle, Rob. Studs left there in a cold night, and it was Kevin Ball. Quasi was just about to lift it out to Scully. Good spot, there's a challenge there. I don't think it was the first lunge, I think it was the following foot that maybe caught the youngster. Really, I forgot he's playing this first half, hasn't really been involved. The Sunderland midfield has been swarming all around him. Clark, Johnson coming in from the wing, really have been busy. Ball hit him early on in the match. Jones, I'm sure he's doing a lot of talking out there, encouragement, because QPR's spirit is still high. He needs to get his foot on the ball and start getting his foot in, more tackling in that midfield area. Sunderland have got great width either side. They're bypassing the midfield.
Quasi now back on the field, wins the throw. Comes short for it from Barraclough.
Quasi, you can see the agony in his face. Horrible cold night, studs down the ankle. You have to try and forget about it.
Niall Quinn, scorer of the only goal so far. Lee Clark.
What a bag he's been for Peter Reid this season, Clark. Superb. As Vinnie Jones snaps away at him.
Somebody there is taken down by Neil Ruddock. And Ruddock, who is already attracting jeers from the crowd, gets even more now as he gets his name taken.
He's got to be kidding. That's why he was giving the ref, I think, a bit of lip. I think he's seen the yellow card coming out of the ref's pocket. QPR now getting a little bit unsettled and frustrated. Was late.
So Queen's Park Rangers, 2 central defenders, both with yellow cards against their names. Somerby's kick looking for Quinn, ready in the way.
Cal ready, any set piece, he's the man who's watching now, Quinn.
Johnston against Bartley.
Since them 2 early saves, Lee Harper, he's looking decidedly dodgy. The ball squirming out his hands again there.
Player Harper, who followed Stuart Houston from Arsenal, as did Matthew Rose and Steve Morrow, who are both on the bench tonight for Rangers.
Just feel Rangers then get Mike Sheeran more involved in the game, because he is lightning fast. Sheeran, there's a good chance fell to Gallen, but the strike partner Sheeran, who's playing on the right hand side of Gallen, he can just get a good service up to Gallen to hold it up, and Sheeran can play off it.
Bartley whips this one in, and Gallen looked to get in between them that time. Phillips. This is Scully. He's given it away to Quinn.
Again, Sunderland have bodies all round Scully there. Ball was there. Somerby was back there. So was Phillips.
Well won by Coulsar. Gallant. Sheeran. As Mike Sheeran. Ruddock cleared by Holloway.
I just feel the wind has blown from right to left into the faces of the Sunderland players, Rob. It's changed round now, and that won't help them second half.
The concern in the Sunderland ranks, it seems, that they've just lost the initiative. Bobby Saxton has just been out from the dugout trying to inspire more effort. This is a dangerous period for them. Quasi whips this one across. Ready was the player at the back post looking to pick up the pieces.
Good play from Quinn though. Quinn spotted Cal Reddy getting forward, tracked him all the way back. Centre forwards don't like doing that. But Cal Reddy, the Welshman's a big lad, and now Quinn doing his job superbly well, getting back there and just knocking it away.
Is this going to be a Vinnie Jones long throw special? Ready. There's Bartley. Clark is there ahead of Jones, and this is a good break from Sunderland. Phillips is up ahead.
I say Lee Clark, you know, he hasn't got an abundance of pace, but there's 3 times now in this first half where he's burst forward from defence, got on the ball and carried the ball a full 30-40 metres.
Touch by Vinnie Jones. Great. The back of Reddy's head, but Ruddock is there. Johnston aiming it for Somerby. Those two have linked up so well on either side, and Macon has made another of these useful breaks. Somerby aiming it towards Quinn. Reddy clears. This is Gray. In towards Phillips.
Tell what's interesting here, Rob. When a player's in 2 minds, a Sunderland player, you know, should I put it in the box or should I have another touch? The crowd make their mind up. The crowd are screaming, get it in, get it in. Somerby found out there.
Such such a devastating blow for such a hotbed of football in the northeast when Sunderland and Middlesbrough were relegated from the Premiership at the end of last season. But can Peter Reid's team put one over their old rivals, stretch further clear of them here tonight?
He's heading and kicking every ball, really, isn't he? He's desperate for a second goal.
Sure, he's desperate to be out there. He'd love to be out there in the thick of this battle. Former Queen's Park Rangers player, of course. Peter Reid had 10 months there, in which he made 29 league appearances.
With this new stadium, he wants a bit of Man United and Liverpool's here next season. I'm sure Brian Robson, Dave Bassett have got other ideas.
Summerby looking for Phillips, and the flag is up for offside. Couldn't quite believe it was he that was offside.
Busy little player, you know, we've spoken before several weeks ago, Rob, how well he leaps. Not the tallest of strikers by any means, but he hangs in the air, and he's got body strength about him.
Phillips again, and now a chance to show his strength. He's left Bardsley. Well, it looked like the goalkeeper's ball, but Barraclough got in the way of it, and it's gone behind for a corner unnecessarily conceded at this late stage of the first half.
Well, Barraclough saying to Harper, hey, I didn't hear your shout, and if I don't hear it, I can't take chances. Great play from this fella again, Phillips. Look at his speed, he's burst, he looks up, doesn't think about the shot. Where's my strike partner? The goalkeeper very upset.
Quinn got a touch onto it, and it's cleared off the line by Bardsley. David Bardsley standing between Sunderland and a second goal. Turned back in by Holloway, ready this time underneath it. Quasi.
Oh, what a vicious cross that was, Rob. Vicious cross with the deftest touches. But now Quinn, and Rangers survive, thanks to Bardsley.
Jones. Found Barraclough. Williams. Summerby. Phillips. Johnston. Ball to Summerby. Cleared to Scully.
Just feel Barraclough's got to get a little bit closer to Summerby. He's had a few yard free, just whipping it in at ease. He hasn't put too many great balls in there, but keep giving him chances in time, he will do. Barraclough's got to close him a little bit quicker.
Half-time and Queen's Park Rangers getting the difficult game they might have expected as Sunderland look to keep up the pressure on Nottingham Forest, and certainly Niall Quinn has at the halfway stage helped them to do that. His goal coming after a great crossfield ball found Johnston, and as Harper spilled it, Quinn was there to pick up the empties. He could have made it 2-0 in first half injury time with this flick, but David Bardsley on the line stood between Sunderland and a second goal. The big Irishman, though, has put Sunderland in the lead at the halfway stage, where it's Sunderland 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0.
I felt like this.
Another big day of live sport coming up on Sunday across our 3 sports channels. On Sky Sports 1 at 3 o'clock, it's live Scottish football, the Old Firm derby between Rangers and Celtic, followed at 6:30 by live Super League as the Bradford Bulls take on the Leeds Rhinos. There's live snooker over on Sky Sports 2 from 2 o'clock with the final of the British Open. And here on Sky Sports 3 at 3:30, there's live Superbikes action from the qualifying heats at Donington. And at 6 o'clock, it's live NFL Europe as the Amsterdam Admirals take on the Scottish Claymores. So another big day of live sport coming up on Sunday across our 3 sports channels. Half-time at the Stadium of Light, it's 1-0 to the home side. 9 attempts at goal by Sunderland, just 3 from Queen's Park Rangers, 3 on target for the home team. Rangers a little toothless when they've gone forward. They've lost the corner count by 4-2 as well. 2 bookings, Carl Reddy, perhaps a little fortunate to be shown yellow rather than red, and Neil Ruddock. And as far as the action areas are concerned, well, that says it all, doesn't it? Very much Sunderland's half, but Rangers still have time. Big game for both sides. Conditions aren't great, of course. My guests tonight are Gavin Peacock and Mark Bright. Well, gentlemen, you both want Rangers to win for different reasons, and so far it doesn't look too good, does it?
No, I thought we started off not too bad. You know, we were containing them, looking quite dangerous on the break, and then Sunderland started to get a grip of the game, and obviously got the goal that they needed. Now it's going to be very hard for us, but with 1-0 down, you've still got a chance with 1 goal. It's if they get the second where it's going to be very difficult.
Well, from a Rangers point of view, it was a very disappointing goal to give away. Lee Harper had made a couple of very good saves prior to this game.
He was looking solid, made a couple of great saves, and was a great step over. And I turned away. I thought, yeah, that's in his arms, and it's just slipped out. I don't think he can believe it.
From a striker's point of view, Mark, Niall Quinn did well there, didn't he?
He did, he followed it right in. I mean, I was same as Gavin. I thought it was straight into the keeper's hands, but he never really had hold of it. It seemed like hit him on the fingers and come off his chest. And Neil Ruddock's just shielding Niall Quinn away, but Niall gets his long leg around and he poked it in.
Well, I mentioned that Harper made 2 good saves earlier in the game. The first from Kevin Bull after a lovely move. Despite the conditions, Sunderland here stringing 3, 4, 5 passes together before the shot from Bull.
Yeah, it's great movement, good passing sequence. A great layoff, and Ball has put a great shot in there. There's where Lee's down to it, and a great tip round the post, and he was looking in good shape. And you're going to expect Sunderland to come at you, expect them to have pressure and have shots, and I thought we were weathering that quite well. But I don't think the lads will be too despondent at half time, because it is only 1-0. You're still in with the shout. If we can get another one, it's a point, you know.
Well, from that corner, all sorts of shenanigans inside the Queen's Park Rangers penalty area. There could have been a penalty. There could have been another goal for Niall Quinn. First of all, the claims for a penalty. Mark, what do you reckon against Mike Sheeran?
You have to look at the players, and all the players react the same. All the Sunderland arms go in the air, appealing for a penalty. And
better angle here,
from this angle, yeah, Niall Quinn, he pulls off Carl Reddy. He gets a good side foot on. I think it just hits Mike Sheeran. But as you see there, all their arms go up in the air. And Mike Sheeran miskicked it, and now...
And Quinn almost took advantage anyway, Gavin, didn't he?
That's great instinctive play, when you're a striker that's in form. You know where the keeper is, wherever you are in the box, and that just came to him. He knew where the keeper was, and he's gone for the curling shot in the top corner.
1 big chance for Queen's Park Rangers. It fell to Kevin Gallen, and perhaps he should have headed the ball back across the penalty area. Mike Sheeran had come in to give him a little bit of support. What do you reckon, Mark, on this one?
Yeah, this is the pass of the night so far for me. As you can just see coming into the pitch there, Mike Sheeran, maybe given benefit of the doubt with 40,000 people there, if he was calling, he probably wouldn't hear him. It's just a bit of awareness there, just to know a little. And ironically, after this, a minute later, Sunderland go down the other end and
the goal
score.
went in. That's right. Just before half-time, it could have been 2-0. A wicked in-swinging corner from the right, and Niall Quinn, who seems to be adjusting to the conditions very well, almost gets on the end of it again. Yeah,
he just gets a slight touch there. Then there's a little ricochet, and Barsley clears it off the line. There's the touch. There's a ricochet. I think Lee Harper's just a little bit unnerved. He leaves his line there, and he doesn't get near to the ball. And from a corner with keepers, if you leave your line, you must get the ball, because obviously you're leaving the goal open.
1-0 to Sunderland at half-time. Gavin Peacock hasn't given up hope. I'm sure Ray Harford hasn't either, in the dressing room somewhere beneath the main stand. But at the moment, the home supporters have every reason to be confident. Remember, Sunderland haven't lost at home for 7 months. Queen's Park Rangers haven't won away from home for 7 months. And the form guide is going according to plan at the moment. We're back in a couple of minutes. Half-time at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland, second in the First Division, lead Queen's Park Rangers, who are 19th by 1-0. A sloppy goal to give away. Gavin Peacock and Mark Bright are my guests. When you're in relegation trouble, Gavin, you can't afford to let in that sort of goal, can you?
No, it's the last thing that we needed at this stage, and it gives Sunderland the lift, the crowd the lift, and everyone's behind them. I think from our point of view, second half, when you're playing one up front, I think at least one of the men in midfield's got to have iron lungs, got to be able to keep making runs forward. And I like to see Nigel getting on forward, making runs in the corners and stretching them out.
OK, there's still time for Rangers. Let's rejoin Alan Brazil and Rob Hawthorne.
Well, Niall Quinn's goal has given Sunderland this half-time lead. And Queen's Park Rangers haven't played outside the top two divisions for some 31 years. They spent 11 in this division, 20 in the top flight. But defeat here tonight, and they certainly will be looking anxiously at the teams below them, and in particular their results tomorrow. Stoke against Portsmouth is one that stands out, as two of those in the thick of the relegation battle come together. But the important priority is what Rangers can do for themselves as Sunderland get the second half underway. Bardsley there with a header. Bardsley, one of the experienced players in this Queen's Park Rangers backline that they hope can lead them out of trouble.
Just got a feeling, Rob, with Sunderland with the wins at their backs now, the message from the dressing room is, come on, quick second goal, kill them off.
His ball, a flick from Quinn, and Clark is suddenly onto it. There was no one to his right for Clark, but he does well and wins the corner.
He's covered some ground tonight, Lee Clark, bursting forward again, this time straight in the box. Lovely flick from Quinn. Clark takes a touch, tries to fire across, there's no one there, but gains a corner.
Ball's arriving. Clark again, finding Quinn. And Quinn this time turning ready, lining it up. And Phillips taking a real stumble at a very unfortunate moment.
Well, Phillips will be very disappointed, but what a bit of skill from the big fella now, Quinn. Anyone who doubts his ability in the ground should just watch that. Superb, very unselfish.
Bardsley. Cleared by Gray. Quasi. This is Sheeran. Nigel Quasi. Too long for Mike Sheeran.
Yeah, disappointing. Nice to see Quasi back on. I thought maybe half-time with that earlier ankle knock, he might not have returned. Sheeran, you know, he's trying to find Sheeran again overhit. This fellow, he's electrifying burst, great pace. They have to use him more. Better quality to defeat a Mike Sheeran.
Yet again, the noise around the Stadium of Light is deafening. In the third minute of the second half, Sunderland holding the lead given to them by Quinn in the first 45 minutes.
I really feel, Rob, if they secure the victory tonight, I think they're there. I really do. 7 points for Borough to try and make up on Charlton. There's an awful lot at this stage of the season.
It's one of two games in hand that they have over Charlton, who went within a point of Sunderland after their fine 3-0 win over Reading earlier in the day. Phillips. Just as they did when they won this division 2 years ago, Sunderland made a very slow start to the campaign. It was a massive disappointment for them when they were unable to open the new Stadium of Light as a Premiership club. But really, you have to think of where they were when Peter Reid took over, in the bottom 5 of this division. And if they do manage it, 2 promotions in 3 years is some achievement.
Tell you what, I've seen it all now. Reedy well, Ollie. He knows at one. It's very, very dicey indeed.
Hesitation there, but Gray came in and sorted it out. Aiken. Nicky Summerby. Good link up with Phillips. Quinn is ahead. Johnston out to the left. He's picked him out once. The devastating effect already. And he's found him again, Johnston. And this one deflected away from Quinn's path, but for a corner.
What a ball from Summerby. That's excellent play from Nicky Summerby again. Watch Johnson call for it. He's just coming in the picture, the arms up. Summerby says, there you go, son. Sort that one out. Comes in on the favoured right foot, tries a bender.
Is that the combination that led to the goal? Johnston couldn't find Quinn that time, though. Summerby always looking to Johnston on the left, and that clearly is a supply line that Rangers are going to have to halt.
It's a very potent attacking force, isn't it? Surely Ray Harper has said, OK, you made a mistake. 2 great saves before it, forget it, son. Keep your confidence up, we need you. Keep us in the match. Rangers have got to dig in, especially midfield areas, start winning a few. And driving forward, try to pin Sunderland back. We feel if Sunderland get a second, it's curtains.
Scully's throw to Bartley. Away from Holloway, but he's sorted it out well in the end with that challenge on David Bartley. This is Johnston looking to return the compliment this time to Summerby, but Barraclough severs that route. Jones has put Scully through here, and Quasi's gone into the box. Good work from Scully. Sheeran! Magnificent save from Perez.
Well,
when they needed him, the goalkeeper was there.
Great save from Perez, nothing to do, this is the danger man. What a ball from Jones. Scully, I thought, delayed it too much, but suddenly whips it across. What a great instinctive save from Perez. It takes a little deflection here, finds its way to Sheeran, bang! Surely that was the equaliser. Brilliant from the Frenchman.
Will come for this one, and this is where sometimes he does give the Sunderland fans coronary problems.
Oh, they'll forgive him. What a great save that was, and a good throw.
Yes, very alert thinking by the goalkeeper to set his team away, and Phillips here is bursting onto this one. He was lacking support in the middle, and has gone for the goal kick, and he's taken a very heavy fall there.
Yeah, couldn't stop himself, he's actually head-butted it. That boarding there, let's hope he's okay, but what a lightning break. Great throw from Perez. Grazed his arm, he won't be too concerned about the arm, it's the head. Watch him sliding on. Suddenly, bang. Just shows you though, Rangers are not out of this game at 1-0. Mike Sheeran couldn't have hit it any sweeter. Fine block.
Well, goal scorers like Phillips play their part in promotion campaigns, but so too to goalkeepers, and if Sunderland do get promoted this season automatically, you wonder just how crucial that save from Perez might be in the context of this season. Bartley. Away goes Sheeran. Lionel Perez may be extravagant and flamboyant at times, but you've just seen why they forget him those wayward tendencies.
Well, it really hasn't had much to do. This is deflected right to the far post. Sheeran, point blank, bang. What a good stop. I think Peter Reid's aware of the great saves this fella can make. He's just prone to the odd rake, comes and crosses when there's bodies in front of him he shouldn't do.
Johnston.
More to see this fella, I like him. Go down the outside of a full-back or inside.
Scully. In goes Gray. Now Johnston again. Just over a year since Johnston made his debut for the club in the draw at Newcastle. Joining too late to be able to keep them in the Premiership, but he's doing his level best to get them back there. Aim towards Phillips, who does leap so well. And in comes Kevin Ball. Johnston, still Phillips and Quinn, the danger men in the box. And he's looking for Niall Quinn! And Quinn reaches out magnificently to make it 2-0, and surely now settle the points.
Just listen to the noise, Rob. Sensational here. Niall Quinn, once again, right place at the right time. But look at the time Johnson's got the ball again. On his good right foot, takes his time. Where's the big fella? Sticks out the right foot, just guides it in the corner of the net. Superb quality finish. Just pokes it in the far corner, and I think that's game, set and match.
Niall Quinn, 13th of the season, but he really has been unlucky for Queen's Park Rangers. 3 goals against them now in the 2 league meetings this season, and is it to be a league double over the men from Loftus Road? Quinn has scored 1 hat-trick already this season. Is he now on for another?
You also said earlier, Rob, about there was Carl Reddy against the little fella Phillips, and Phillips won the ball. That's when the move started, eventually came to Johnson. But Phillips has a lot of the glory this season. But Quinn, what a couple of important goals tonight.
Quinn actually is, Phillips rather, actually is hobbling at the moment. He's struggling to get in that attack anyway when Pulsar just pulled back. Lee Clark.
I think it might have been Coulsar at the far post with Niall Quinn, Rob. Quinn just looked as if he was checked and blocked, but just casually stuck out his right foot and guided it for the second.
Some of you gets it in again. This one is beyond Quinn though. Bardsley. Williams header. Ball the second time.
Time to get a goal as well. 10 minutes in the game. But look at the time Johnson's got here. You can't allow that. Beautiful ball when Quinn. Wow, sensational. Great finish. Superb, you can't argue with that, can you? Fantastic.
Well, you do wonder, don't you, if Niall Quinn hadn't been so badly affected by injuries last season, whether he might have helped to preserve Sunderland's place in the Premiership. Here's Phillips. Summerby looking for the return. Cleared by Barraclough for the throw.
I think Rangers now have to be so careful. This could turn into a rout. Sunderland just bombing forward, wave after a wave of attack.
Clark looking for Phillips. This is Ball!
You were about to call goal there. Incredible. That was so close. An absolute whisker it misses by. The fans all around us here, out their seats, thought that was number 3. And you don't get much closer than this. Beautiful strike from Ball. Keeps it low, bends it. Oh, just past the left-hand upright. To say the Premiership, here we come for the Sunderland fans. What a noise.
It's one-way traffic at the moment, and it's Rangers who are having to resist the barrage.
It just shows you how important that save from Lionel Perez was. Rangers would have been back in the game. Now a tall order now to get themselves back in it.
Scully. Sheeran was ready to take over, but he decided to have a hit. It comes back off Makin. This is Vinnie Jones. Jones, who really has been remarkably quiet in this contest. Another calling for Perez, that time to deny Pulsar.
They couldn't get enough power on it. Perez, very, very easy. Full of confidence, Sunderland now, just popping the ball about, Clark pulling all the strings in midfield. Ball getting forward on the edge of the box, trying his strikes. Very unlucky first half and second half. And Johnston, well, how many times has he received it from his opposite winger, Summerby, just pinging it the full length of the pitch.
Sunderland bandwagon ready to roll all the way towards the Premiership. 2-0 ahead here and looking for more. Clark. Up goes Phillips. Ball. Shearer. This is Quasi. Sheeran again. Gallen through the middle. This is Scully out left. Running into Macon. Barraclough's cross. Cleared by Holloway.
I thought Scully could be a bit of a thorn on the Sunderland side tonight, but Macon's played him superbly well.
Gallen to try and hold off Holloway. Does well to get it across.
Just looking, trying to feel for his fellow striker, Sheeran. No luck with Rangers. Does well here, good body strength, right foot. Tries to looking for a near post run, no one there.
Despite the deafening noise and going 2-0 down, Rangers are at least making a fight of it, which will give some encouragement to Ray Harford and the relegation run-in, because that is surely what it is now for them.
Well, they must keep their heads up. They've got to keep powering on to the final whistle, hoping for a lucky break. If they can get one back, who knows? 2-1, it's a different story.
Harford here looking for his team to show heart, and when you're in trouble, it's Vinnie Jones you send the SOS to.
Jones wisely not trying the long one, not in this wind.
Appeals for offside rejected, and driven across again dangerously, and yet again that Sunderland goal almost left exposed. Scully this time delivers once more, but Perez this time more commanding.
Well, I thought, what a golden opportunity that was. You just need someone taking a chance, busting into the box to get a vital touch.
Quasi. Here's Johnston. And Phillips there was pulled back by Reddy, who's been booked once already.
Looking at the ref, Rob, I think he's going to get a little ticking off, and I think he's going to be a lucky man.
Well, it was the same player on whom Reddy committed the offence in the first half. But 2-0 down, Rangers don't need any more problems, and Reddy does get away with a warning. Clark. This is Johnston. Was in there again, but that went too high even for him.
David Bardsley's got to be, we've said it before, this fella loves just coming inside, and he has got a vicious strike on him, trying to whip it far post. Johnston. Again, Clark just pulling the strings, little shot free kick to Clark, loves the ball to feet.
Transformation it's been in Queen's Park Rangers season. When Ray Harford took over, they were mid-table, looking possibly in an outside chance of making the playoffs. The last thing they would have expected was to be dragged into the relegation mire, but defeats here tonight will plunge them deeper into trouble. Here's Bardsley. Head header from Gray, and Gallen here looking to release Scully.
Misunderstanding there. Williams was calling for the ball there, and Gray decided to try and get ahead on it. chances with Rangers. They must take chances when they get forward, supporting the box. It was a great ball earlier, right across the 6-yard line, no one there. Lee Clark. Right. Let's just letting Berrakop know he's there. Williams. Scully. Jones. Scully has Gallen and Sheeran in the box. Kevin Gallen. Marzi. Who's in there to sort it out? Who else? Kevin Ball. Johnston. Summerby. Makin trying his luck. Yeah, good judgment from the goalkeeper. Makin this time. It's the first time we really see him get forward. He's been too busy looking after Scully this time. Comes up and joins the attack. No one closes him. He says, right, why not? And Harper, well, he had that one covered.
Makin hasn't scored for Sunderland, although he did score 4 league goals in his time at Oldham. Williams. Holloway. Clark. Gray. Johnston was just behind, but Bardsley has brought him down.
Good play from Sunderland again. They're not, you know, the crowd are willing them to launch it into the box on Al Quinn's head, but with Clark in there, they're just passing the ball around, keeping possession, just patiently waiting for an opening.
Access 26, Burnley Lane, exit 26, thank you.
Quinn had made his move, but there were too many bodies ahead of him for him to get onto that free kick from Alan Johnston. Lee Clark. Makin from the top. Sunderland can keep up the sort of form that they've shown of late. No reason why they shouldn't be taking the First Division Championship for the second time in 3 years. First time it's happened in nearly 70 years since Middlesbrough did it in the late 20s.
I think it's always nice to block the champion draw, but Premiership means so much financially. All the big boys coming here at the stadium alike. Peter Reid, he has to settle for second spot. There'll be no tears.
He's hoping that this time he's formulated a squad good enough not only to get there but to stay there. There'll be 1 or 2 modifications in the summer. Possible break on here for Makin. Summerby's gone roaring through the middle, but Makin clearly has his eyes set on scoring a goal tonight. He's been making those incisive moves all evening.
Well, what I liked about that, Makin, he made up a tremendous amount of ground, but look at the movement ahead of him. Watch little Phillips again. This is why he gets 28 goals, always looking for little runs, and Makin decide in a central position, I'll try again. Perhaps third time lucky in a few minutes' time. This is a good display, Rob. They've had a couple of scares. Perez, yeah, came to the rescue from Sheeran, but bubbling with excitement and confidence, Sunderland.
Johnston. Play again from him. Here's Nicky Summerby. Forcing him out wide. Salt making too short.
Great play from Sheeran. Someone with so much pace and sharpness around them. If only they just feed the ball in the right areas, the final third to this guy, he'll be back scoring a lot of goals, I'm certain of it.
GWL. Thank you.
Quasi under pressure from Ball. Steve Slade is all set to come on for Queen's Park Rangers. Just over 20 minutes left. Cleared to Phillips by Quinn, and Quinn now has carried on his run. There's Barnsley. Gray. Good play from Gray, warmly applauded.
I think he's been excellent, Gray. But Clark, look at Clark making the run again forward. Gray quick to spot him, but Gray's been excellent.
Substitution, and it's Vinnie Jones who's actually coming off to be replaced by Steve Slade.
Tall, gangly, leggy type of player. Vinnie, well, he couldn't really get stuck in today, could he? Because Sunderland were passing the ball around him and going wide most of the time rather than driving through the middle.
And Scully gets this one in, Sheeran reaches for it.
Wow, Sheeran, with all his sharpness, couldn't get on the end of it. I thought maybe a diving header. Sheeran deciding this time to stick the leg out. Beautiful ball, early ball in the box. Oh, 6 yards out, any sort of touch surely would have found its way past Perez.
Well, he's had his chances in this game as Mike Sheeran, but so far it's his former partner at Manchester City who's stolen the goal-scoring plaudits. 2 from Niall Quinn. 3 years together at Main Road. Good work from Gray. This is Summerby. Here again is Michael Gray. He's been all over the place tonight. Ruddock looking for Scully. Little tracking back with him. Sheeran. Scully. Allen left it for Quasi. Caught Quasi by surprise, but he still made the most of it.
Oh, we know Quasi can hit them. Hardly any backlift. When he gets them right, they go in like rockets. But Perez right in the perfect position.
Niall Quinn. Summerby. This is Clark. Looking for Phillips.
Certainly into it now, Rob, isn't it? Rangers pushing everyone forward, but Sunderland piling forward looking for a third.
Here's Johnston. Good work this from Johnston. Not quite reaching Quinn, they were ready to acclaim the hat-trick. Summerby!
Wow. Only had to hit the target there, Nicky Summerby. Had that found the back of the net, it'd have done his confidence a world of good. Again, it's this man Johnston. He's got Bardsley on toast. Comes inside again, headed out. One touch, good touch from Summerby, just drags it wide.
Johnston. And this time it's Quinn. Is it the hat-trick this time? Not quite.
Well, the big fella, I thought he could have taken time. I thought he could have taken a touch in this. Because the defender falls over. Beautiful ball. Just there, I thought, take a touch. Goes to the far post. So unlucky. That looked a hat-trick all the way. Oh, just past.
Could have been a hat-trick of goals for Quinn and a hat-trick of assists for Alan Johnston.
Johnston's running riot. I wonder if Craig Brown's watching tonight.
Really living up to his Magic Johnston nickname tonight is Alan Johnston. Bit of confusion here, and Sheeran Stoles in! And that reduces the deficit as Sheeran pulls one back for Rangers.
Well, what a game we've got in store now. I said a few minutes earlier how sharp I felt this fella was looking. He just gets a little sniff at this, on in a flash. Great finish, Perez beaten. Goes down as a defender's mistake. Great perseverance here from Mike Sheeran. Reads it, carries on, takes a chance, and just digs it over the goalkeeper. Superb, Rangers back in it.
And here goes Clark. Phillips, they need a third now to Sunderland. Summerby! And Harper turns it round.
Well, the way Summerby shaped up there, I thought, go on, you'll bust the back of the net. End-to-end stuff. Harper makes amends for that earlier mistake, but great movement again from Sunderland. Watch this little dummy, a little flick from Phillips. Summerby goes to blast, and Harper touches round. Great stuff.
Just when they seem to be coasting clear, Sunderland suddenly need a third goal. Summerby, having almost provided, now looks to deliver from the corner. Quinn is up there for it. And it's cleared to Kwasi. Kwasi will carry on his run here, but Ball has tracked back a very long way indeed.
I'm sure I heard the roar, Rob, coming from Middlesbrough when Sheeran tucked up and away. Well, what a game in prospect now. And there's time left for Rangers to sneak an equaliser.
I'm sure they could hear the roar from here in Middlesbrough when things were going well for Sunderland, but that goal from Sheeran has just injected a note of anxiety, particularly the way Rangers are going at the moment. Slade almost putting Sheeran through again. Now they're having to urge Clark on.
Will Sunderland sit back now and try and hold on to this lead? Don't you believe it? They only know one way, forward.
It'd be a massive gamble for them to do so with 14 minutes still left. Johnston. Williams to Holloway. Summerby. That was Ruddock. Rangers, who'd been making a decent fight of it anyway, lifted by the goal.
Well, the good thing was Rangers never stopped, did they? They kept bombing forward, the step trying to push up support. You just need a bit of luck when you're down there. I just feel this fella's, I think three's coming.
Here goes Lee Clark. He's gone for it! Phillips! Got the wrong side for the rebound and couldn't provide it.
Well, Rangers defence is screaming at the linesman, claiming an offside decision. Ruddock with his arms up, and Phillip just slipped at the vital time.
Johnston. Now Quinn looking for the third.
Well, Rob, how many times do we have to say this? Quinn is a constant threat in the air at the far post, but Johnston again. You know, he just has a little look up, dinks it in there. Great ball again, and Niall, well, that could have been the hat-trick. Glorious chance. Clark drives, palmed out. Watch Phillips just slip over at the vital moment. But Johnson again causing so many problems down the left-hand side. Rangers have to stop him.
Sunderland have continued to give that Rangers goal a real battering. But at 2-1, Rangers are still in this, and Scully...
Oh, I wish he'd look up. Scully's frustrating, isn't he? Sometimes great work. This time coming inside, he had runners again. Slade at the far post. And Sheeran was there, made a good run. And that was wasted.
A reminder, we've just 8 days to go now until Prince Nassim Hamed makes his next world title defence. It's one of 3 World Championship fights on a special Sky box office promotion on Saturday week. And for further information, that's the number to call, 0990 800 888. That's 0990 800 888. And Easter Monday's football action comes from the City Ground. The Nationwide League clash between Nottingham Forest, the First Division leaders at the moment, and Wolves, Monday at 12 o'clock on Sky Sports 2.
I'm sure the Forest fans are enjoying this as well, Rob. Go on, Rangers, give me another the same.
A reminder, incidentally, that Forest game kicks off at 12:05 on Monday.
Sunderland got to defend now. Rangers, from 1 minute dead and buried, suddenly back in this. What a shock, what a hush would be around the Stadium of Light should they get back in it with a second.
Here's Bardsley with the free kick. Ruddock in the attack.
It certainly looked offside to me, Rob. Ruddock played that on.
Massive crowd here at the Stadium of Light. Over 40,000 turning out on a rainy Good Friday, and very much with their fingers crossed at the moment.
Rainy, it's freezing. Honestly, I've not been as cold as this for ages.
Well, the foot of Slade was a bit high down, but the referee keeps his arms behind his back, and Queen's Park Rangers here keep pressing with Scully. A wicked cross from him again, but this time Holloway knocks it behind.
Well, I must admit, I thought that was a dangerous decision. Brian Coddington, I honestly felt that was a free kick, a dangerous tackle. If Rangers were to equalise here, I'm sure there'll be howls of despair around. It's a fantastic stadium. Slade was the culprit.
9 minutes to go is the promotion race, and indeed the battle against relegation to have a twist in this game. Floated out before it came back in.
Said he was frustrated. Yeah, it's not when you're fighting for your life, need a point. Goodness me, you've got to deliver.
Scully brought in by Ray Harford because he needed somebody on the flanks who was able to go past people. Mark Kennedy, of course, they had briefly on loan. Unable to agree to sign him on a permanent basis. Scully the man they look to, and Vinnie Jones in his player coaching role, just restricted to the coaching side of it now. Doing his best to get plenty of instructions across, although in this noise that must be difficult.
Yeah, he's just telling little Scully to play off the front too.
And here goes Clark for Sunderland. Can he go all the way?
He's had a couple of chances, Lee Clark, working his way into the opposition box. Just at the vital moment, he hasn't had a clear strike on goal. Just in between his right and leg. Got to get it out his feet and get a strike away. And Sunderland had about 3 against 1 now.
Clark already has managed his best goal-scoring return, 12 this season, which is 3 more than he scored in the league for Newcastle when they were promoted from this division.
Rangers certainly growing in confidence here. They feel a draw could be on the cards.
And Slade here has put Sheeran through. 1 goal for him already, and now a second! Would you believe it? Sheeran may yet overshadow his former Manchester City partner. 2 for Quinn, 2 for Sheeran, and Rangers on the brink of getting a point.
Don't worry about it. Mike Sheeran is back. Superb. Rangers pushing forward. Slade with good header. The touch wasn't great, gets a bit of luck, but instinctively pokes it towards Perrin's goal and nestles in the back of the net. What a shock here. Mike Sheeran, superb. A great striker's goal, instinctively toe poking it, bottom corner, 2-2.
Would you credit it? It really did seem like one-way traffic. A goal in each half from Niall Quinn. But suddenly within the last 20 minutes, Mike Sheeran has changed the course of this game, given Queen's Park Rangers' survival hopes a massive boost. and given real chinks of light too to Charlton and Middlesbrough in the chasing pack behind Sunderland for automatic promotion. There'll be one or two clubs owing Mike Sheeran a favour at the moment.
Would you believe it? Vinnie Jones, Ray Hartford out there, but look at Reedy. He can't believe it. Coasting for 3 points. Look, heading every ball he is.
Well, Peter Reid had Mike Sheeran and Niall Quinn as his strike partnership at Main Road. Indeed, they both played in Reid's last game in charge, which was a defeat by Blackburn when Ray Hartford was there. Sheeran really has twisted the knife in his old boss at the moment.
As a player I do like. I honestly see a touch of Trevor Francis in him, you know. The way he runs, his sharpness. He was onto that in a flash. I think he realised he'd almost miscontrolled it and just toe poked it. And that was enough to beat Perez.
As the Hartford-Jones game plan worked. 2-0 down, it looked as though they could be in for a real battering.
Said Rob, it's great character, you know, when you come back away from home 2-0 down.
And Sheeran here putting Perez under pressure. And after that magnificent save he made from Sheeran earlier in the game, there was one of his eccentricities that could have given the striker his hat-trick. Summerby looks for Quinn, and behind him is Johnston. Quinn's in the 6-yard box, what a run! What a save! Summerby miskicks the rebound, Phillips goes for it! And Phillips and Quinn were both in there hassling, but what a bit of magic that was from Magic Johnston.
Well, I hope Craig Brown's watching this. This is excellent. Superb, sends Beardsley on his back. And really Summerby with a strike, and look at Ruddock fighting in there. And back into Harper's hands. Great play though from Johnson. What a threat.
Well, that would have been a goal worthy of winning any contest. But how Sunderland need a winner at the moment. From a position where they were cruising, now they're having to scrap for a winner. The prospect of throwing away 2 valuable points at the moment is staring them in the face.
Oh, goodness me, it is valuable as well. Sometimes on paper it looks easy, but teams are fighting for their lives, and QPR are certainly doing that tonight.
Ray, chested down for Phillips. Appeals for hands, the referee says no. Phillips is still in there. Rangers are showing real stout hearts at the back to deny Phillips.
Another shout for handball again, screaming. But Rangers battling hard to get it away. Slade this time getting away from Phillips.
Having worked so hard to get back into this game, Rangers aren't going to throw it away lightly. They're pulling everyone behind the ball. Missed by Reddy, pushed by Quinn, and Rangers hanging on with grim determination.
What a vital point this could be. Ray Hartford at 2-0 must have thought, crikey, we've got to get some points in the next 4, but what a turnaround. And this fella, great night's work.
Looks like it's going to be yet another change though from Queen's Park Rangers. They're bringing on a defender in Matthew Rose to take the place of Kevin Gallen, which is a clear signal of intent.
She's taking the sting out of things as well. Ray Hartford, he'd have settled for 1 point before the match started. The rain belts down still. Reedy's face, can't believe it. It was vital 3 points today, just to go clear of the near neighbours. Now it's a different ball game.
It's that anthem they sing here, cheer up Peter Reid. I think he needs something to cheer him up at the moment.
There's now things turn around. West Brom away the next game won't be easy.
And away goes Nicky Summerby. Can he give some late cheer? Sheeran. Gray. Ruddock. Pulsar. Somerby. Here's Quinn. Blocked initially by Bardsley. This is Clark. That time blocked by Reddy.
Good defending from Reddy.
They're defending with great strength at the moment by Queen's Park Rangers, but they're having to. Somerby. Phillips. Ruddock. Goes all the way back to Perez, who's going to be your man of the match, Alan.
Oh, what? I tell you what, Niall Quinn was getting it. I thought the big fella's been fantastic. Sharon must come into the equation with 2 great goals. But Alan Johnson, for me, he's tormented Bardsley. Really has. I think he's been instrumental in most of Sunderland's moves. Johnson's my man of the match.
That run that almost led to a winner for Sunderland, worth the magnum of champagne on its own.
Still the Sunderland faithful roar them on.
2 minutes of injury time is to be played. We're into the first minute already. Somerby gets the ball from Clark and shoots just wide.
Oh, I can't believe it. That's 3. That's 3 struck to the far post. Sweet strike. Pouncing from the right-hand side, coming in. Has a little look up, low back lift, drives it forward. A foot or 2 wide.
Well, it's been a truly compelling encounter, and 32 attempts at goal during the course of the 90 minutes shows you just what it's been like, and very evenly balanced in terms of those efforts on target.
Oh, this 40,000 punters going to go home tonight, Rob. Freezing. But what a good match we've seen tonight. It's been well worth it.
40,000 of them still on the edge of their seats. Fingernails bitten down to the edge. They're urging Gray forward here for one last hurrah. Quinn is in there, bidding that too much pressure was put on him by Ruddock, but again the referee's unimpressed.
Ruddock immediately looked at the ref to, you know, I'm innocent, I didn't touch him. That must have been tight.
Gray here, looking for Quinn. Barraclough holds his nerve to clear.
Oh, who'd be a manager here? Oh, the fingernails have been bitten off. There's the time.
Well, they've braved the awful weather, but it's been well worth it for the entertainment on offer. Heart-stopping though this is for Sunderland. Somerby continues to make inroads. Quinn is back there to feed it across. It's gone out though. As Johnston gets the effort in, the ball had already run behind.
Johnson looks to the heavens. Quinn can't believe it either. Hands in the head. He felt we kept it in. Just the wind gets a hold of it here. And I tell you what, it's very, very tight indeed, but the linesman had a good view.
Well, the 2 minutes of stoppage time is up. Niall Quinn's 2 goals cancelled out, and sure enough, Sunderland have thrown away 2 points as Peter Reid's side threw away a 2-0 lead, and Queen's Park Rangers get great hope in their relegation battle despite losing a goal in each half to Niall Quinn. It was his former partner at Main Road, Mike Sheeran, who struck twice in the last 20 minutes of the contest to twist the knife in his former boss at Main Road, Peter Reid, and to rescue something out of nothing for Queen's Park Rangers. The first goal in the first half set up by Johnston after Harper had spilled the ball for Quinn to deliver. Johnston again with the assist for the second. But then the game turned around. Hope initially given when Sheeran got through to beat Perez the first time. And then this long ball from Bardsley, flicked on by Slade, and Sheeran with another poke from close range rescued a point. A dramatic game at the Stadium of Light has finished 2-2.